They came over in the 1960s, and I always say that they packed very tightly their cultural beliefs, and unfortunately for me, that meant that girls were not wanted or desired, but boys were. So I was looked upon as a bad entity, almost like a witch or a possessed child. So everyone wouldn't touch me or welcome me or hold me because they felt I was carrying bad spirits.
Were you the only girl in the household?
So I'm the youngest of three. I have two older brothers, and I'm the only girl born in my immediate family, but also the only girl in my extended family, with my father being one of 7 brothers. My normality was such that I was kept in my room at the age of 6. My room wasn't like a child's bedroom whereby it's got nice furnishings and soft toys. It was very bare, brick walls. The only time I was allowed out of my room was to go to school, or my mother would call me to cook, or I would be called to do another chore like washing the plates or dishes or the clothes, because we didn't have washing machines. And I had no interaction with my family. I didn't make eye contact. Girls are told to look down all the time, and I still have a bit of an issue making eye contact with people. Primarily because we get hit if we make eye contact, we get shouted at. So I was non-verbal because I didn't engage in conversation with my family. I had to nod, not speak. I used to press my ear against a very rough wooden door and listen into TV programs and pretend I was sitting with my family, but my friend at school would walk me to school and sing me all the songs from Top of the Pops, and that's how I knew a lot of music. I amused myself with books. I've got a love of books still. I used to take as many books from school as I could because they were my friends. I would name them, and I really believed in fairy tales and that I was Rapunzel, and that one day I would be saved from my room.
What was your relationship with your parents?
I was very scared of my mother and father, and a lot of people don't understand that women play a big role in my community as much as other communities that are like mine and cultures that are like mine, whereby the person that would call me out of my room would be my mother. The person that was watching a lot of my abuse was my mother, and she herself was very angry all the time just by my existence. I wanted to please my father. I would go out of my way to do things to make my father happy. By that I mean I would cook food as quickly as I could, and most kids have a toy they remember from their childhood, but I remember he brought me back a blue crate that had bottles in it, and I turned it upside down, which meant when I was a little 6-year-old, 7-year-old, I could reach everything so much quicker in the kitchen, and I thought maybe that was an extension of his love to me as well.
And you mentioned that you were able to go to school. What was school like for you?
So school should have been an escape, and it was to a certain point because of the books, and the teachers were quite pleasant. But I was the only person of colour in my school with my brother. So you would hear the word scrap and people running, and it was because I was being piled upon and beaten, or it was my brother being beaten. My hair was pulled, I was spat upon, and every day was a bit of a battle in a different way. I had literally a couple of friends because nobody wanted to be my friend because they too would be picked on. But the ones I had were very loyal and very loving, and I wasn't allowed a lunchbox. And my first experience of jam sandwiches was because my friend offered me one of hers, knowing that I wasn't getting any food.
This was worth the money.
And, I remember making a little jam sandwich last for the whole of the lunchtime, so I could be part of the lunchtime community, sitting inside instead of sitting on a bench waiting. So my father, from the age of sort of 7 upwards, would bring back a group of his friends, and I knew them all. And in my culture, you don't say names, you say uncle or auntie to anyone that's older than you. And they would come and they would eat and they would drink, and my father owned a lot of pubs. So my father was the place to go to because he had the alcohol. And, you know, he would come back from the pub and my mother was the one who would wake me and say, go down. She would go back to bed and I would go and cook rice and chapatis and chicken and some vegetables, and I would take them on a tray. Then I would sit on the bottom of our large wooden staircase waiting for them to finish because my father didn't like mess. And when I got to 14, my mother woke me up, and instinctively I had this horrible feeling. I remember taking the food in and waiting, and I remember thinking I don't want to go and pick the dishes up because they were exceptionally loud. They'd started to bring bottles outside. My father used to put the empty bottles outside, and there was bottles of Johnny Walker all lined up. And then when I did get the call, I went in with the big tray that we had.
And it is
big white tray, probably bigger than me, and he grabbed my wrist
and
the tray fell down. And he was the first person to throw me onto the table and rape me. I didn't know what was happening. I was too young. I closed my eyes. But I lived without the ability to see, so I knew
this shit is
each
good,
person's
y'all.
sound of who it was, each person's touch almost. And it was a very horrific attack by 7 or 8 men on me. And I was thrown from person to person. I was beaten, I was bitten, and eventually I must have passed out. And when I came to, it was because my mother opened and closed the door and woke me up. And I remember not having my bottom part of my clothes on, and I was literally lying in a bath of my own blood. And the first thing I thought about was,
bitch,
there's
let me
food
tell you something
everywhere,
right now.
on the walls, on the
This
floor,
shit
and
is
I'm gonna
hitting
be in
so
much
good to
trouble.
me. Like,
I didn't
it's
actually
giving me
give
euphoria.
myself any consideration because I believed I wasn't worth anything, because that's what they had taught me from birth to believe.
And that sounds good.
You mentioned your mother, so how did she
I would have
respond
just
to
ate
your
some
father's
noodles
attack?
if they wasn't up there.
Well, my mother was the one who woke me
But
up.
I
As
spent
said, she
$15
opened
on
and
this.
closed the door several times.
It's actually worth it
She was
because
angry,
it's like
you know,
healthy food is like more
It's all about
expensive.
perception. I look back sometimes and I say, could she
But
have
this is
done
actually cheap.
anything? Did she show any act of kindness? And I know that she was the one who gave me a new set of pajamas. Was that an act of kindness, or was she just doing that? I don't know, but she could have at some point just come to see me and stroke my hair or give me some comfort, but she was just angry and almost made me feel that
I
it
think
was
I could
my
really be a
fault that I
vegetarian,
had
to be honest.
asked for it, that it was me that had instigated the whole attack. I was so naive, I didn't understand what happened. You know, we don't have conversations about periods or sex or relationships in my culture or cultures like it. It's a taboo to even think about it. So I just knew it was wrong, but I didn't, school back then didn't teach us these things. And all I knew is that it was wrong, and I didn't feel like me anymore. She allowed me to have a shower, and I was never allowed to shower, my brothers were. They used to make me have bucket baths, which meant you have a bucket and you fill it up and then you use a jug to wash yourself. But on this instance, she told me to have a shower, and again, I thought maybe she was being kind, but the shower really stung. So where I'd been bitten, where I had open wounds, it really stung, and I kind of wished I had had the bucket bath. But after that, I had just asked her if I could go to sleep because I was in so much agony.
It's like more of the feeling
that
that you
get. Internal pain naturally, but the mental pain was almost that I felt broken. I just felt like that was it. That was the end of me.
Okay, I'm taking a smoke break.
And were you living in fear that something might happen again?
I used to walk in with that tray with my legs shaking from that day forward. So every Friday or Saturday when my father would bring his friends, I was visibly shaking and scared because I was sure they would try to do something again.
They made it wrong, though.
It's torture. There's no other word for it. but it was always upon me to go and face them every weekend and give them this food. I turned 15 and I realised I was pregnant, and I told my mum that I was no longer having periods.
Yes.
And I didn't know I was pregnant, but she told
I
me
feel
that I'd spoilt myself.
big and strong.
My dad was called immediately. He came and they both sent me to my room and they were shouting at each other, and before I knew it, I was in the car, and I'd never been in my father's car, and I remember it was a blue Honda Scepter, and I was sat in the back looking at the trees and the clouds and wondering where I was going. And they took me somewhere in the West Midlands to a clinic, and I remember arriving in the clinic. And
So she was pregnant already? This movie is confusing.
Procedure, and this was a clinic where I was going to have an abortion. The thing I always talk about is the act of kindness from this whole experience of this abortion, because it was the first time someone had actually extended love to me.
You know,
and it was in the form of a lady where after the procedure they make everyone sit on a grass verge,
you know
and
baby boo.
I had my sort of clinic gown on, and she brought me a cup of tea. But it wasn't the
I'm
tea
going to
that
sleep
she
too
handed
early.
me. It wasn't the fact that
I
she
promise
handed
you
me
that.
tea. It was the fact she reached out and touched my hair and stroked me in a very maternal way. And I think it doesn't matter how old you are, we all crave love. And I realised at that point I really was craving some love from another human. And I realised as well that maybe I wasn't as bad, because she didn't catch anything by touching me, and I was told all my life and believed it, that if someone touched me they would catch this evilness that I was containing.
I'm dead.
And when we got home, on the way home, my parents were really upset, saying, what are we going to do with her? This is such a problem. Nobody will marry her, because to get an arranged marriage you have to be a virgin, and I wasn't a virgin, and I blamed myself. So my father was really anxious for a while after the abortion, saying that what will we do, how are we going to do this, what we're going to do with her. And there was talks about me being sent to India, where they would either marry me to an older man or kill me.
Oh my God.
One of the people that had raped me came forward. He was the person that bit me, and he came forward and said that he would take me. He wanted to have me in his house so that he could have me as a sex slave and his wife could have a servant. But his son was dating a white English girl, and in our culture that's not allowed, but it's very common. And they were going to have me marry the son so that the community thought that the son was good. It was a sham wedding. It was very rushed. I was very young, but my father and he started to make a trade for me.
I just never
They
got that
placed a
part
silk
about
scarf over my
foreigners,
head,
like
and I was
foreign
forced to sit
countries.
down,
How you
and
sell your kids, bro?
I have a few pictures, and I look at those pictures and think, what was going through your head? You look so scared. Because I thought, when I go to his house, will he call his friends? Will I be a victim again of a group rape?
Thanks,
I didn't
Dada.
know what to expect. And my father and he argued about gold and money, and eventually they came to an agreement, and everyone was happy. And I kept hearing this word, happy, happy, happy.
How they gonna cut it off in the middle of the damn thing? She was in some shit, boy. Tell y'all, get on the wave, man.
These killings that take place where normally the head is decapitated, because that's the highest form of retaining honour for a family, because a girl has shown her hair, worn the wrong clothes, had a boyfriend, been too
Some
westernized,
salad.
or like me, left a forced child
Chick-fil-A
arranged
got the
marriage.
best salad. Now, I haven't had Wendy's salad yet today. Earlier today, I got a snack wrap. Well, they don't have a snack wrap no more. I got a grilled chicken wrap. That was pretty good. It was dry as fuck, I must admit, but it was pretty good. I'm just saying, like, I'm doing better. Yesterday, when I was on a bus, I literally ate one yogurt. I had one yogurt. And a salad, too. That yogurt was busting on something, though. I ain't gonna lie. It was so good. I don't know how many calories this is. But I'm done eating for the day, so I did good. Kind of want some hot chocolate, like some cocoa. It's so cold outside. It's gonna be cold as fuck this week in Atlanta, in Georgia.
I was pretty lost, I'll be honest with you. You know, I lived for my parents because we're born in my culture that you live for your parents, you serve your parents, and we all want to belong to something. And I knew that now I'd left, I was completely a black sheep of the family, and I was going to be hunted, I was going to be looked for. I had to avoid all people from my culture because they would look for me and continue that on a killing attempt. Because I brought shame upon the family, and the way they look at it is if you leave
They be
an
dressed
arranged marriage,
nice
they
as
have
fuck,
to kill
though.
you to retain that
She
honor.
dressed like my mama.
So I went to a
I'ma
women's
eat one more
refuge
bite.
where they placed
I'ma
me
eat
from
one
the
of these
hospital,
tomatoes.
and everyone there
I
had
don't really
their
like
own
tomatoes.
demons they were
I'm trying to eat
dancing
it.
with. They were relying on alcohol and substance abuse, and
That's pretty good.
I was
That's real
too
good.
naive to understand that these people are
I'm eating
also
another one.
suffering. I didn't have that emotional intelligence that they are suffering. I couldn't help them because I couldn't help myself. And I begged the warden to give me some money so I could get to my friend. And when I arrived there, her
Pretty good.
boyfriend opened the door, and I said, "Oh, where is your girlfriend? Can I please stay?" And he said, "We have 2 rooms."
That's good. You know, this is what eating healthy feel like. I may do it a little bit more. I'm on 2 days. I'm really trying to do 2 months. I'm trying to be the baddest bitch for my birthday. Trust and believe. So I only really got 2 months. And that's all the time I need, baby. This fan on, feeling good on me. I like the way you ride with that booty on me. Put it down on me. I'm gonna clean up tomorrow. Probably go get me some flowers. I don't even got a vase to put the flowers in. So first I gotta get a vase. I don't know where I'm gonna get a vase from. Walmart got them, but I'm not trying to spend like $50 on a vase. I wonder what
So you can
tomatoes
stay,
do.
but we're no longer together. She decided to go back and have an arranged marriage. I was really grateful, but he said that I had to get a job and pay rent. So I did
He
get a
doing too
great
much.
job in the local council, and you know I was still healing. My arm was still in a sling, and my hip was very would give me a lot of trouble.
You know it. I didn't mean to
One day
click
he
y'all
said to me,
out,
"Do
but
you
it
wanna
was
go to
in
a
my
party?"
soul.
Because the landlord was having a party, and I'd never been asked to go to a party or been to a party, and we didn't really communicate very well because he did his own thing, I did mine, which I kind of quite liked. I was used to that, being on my own. I remember watching people because there was a lot of people there.
I'm gonna get
But
my.
he handed me
Hey,
a Coke,
I'm finna be.
a drink,
I'm
and
finna
I
be.
said thank
I'm
you.
finna
I remember
be.
that night going back to the flat and the door opened, and I remember falling straight down, and I remember nothing after that. But later on I realised that I was pregnant. I was being sick.
You know, people find out they're pregnant, they just be so excited. If I find out I'm pregnant, bitch, I'm probably gonna smash my head in the oven, crash my car into a tree. Matter of fact, drive that bitch over a bridge. Drive that bitch over the ledge of a bridge. Shoot myself in the head. I just can't take it. Sorry.
My periods had stopped, and I said to him, "I think I'm pregnant." And he said, "Well,
I'm
don't
sorry,
you
I
remember
just tell the
the
truth.
night we came back, you really wanted to do, you know, sleep in my bed?" And I said, "No, I don't." And I realised that he'd raped me and taken advantage of me.
Cause she's
But I
pregnant.
wasn't focused on that because to me, I didn't match in that respect.
Why is this me? So bad that shit can happen to me and I just don't be focused on it. I be like, that's some fucked up shit that happened next day. I let that shit all the way go. I don't know how I do it. Here go the negative ass people right here. Be gone, demon. Be gone. Be gone, Satan. You know that, and I just can't breathe with anybody. That's one thing about me though.
Had no self-worth.
Jesus gonna have to come back for
self-respect.
me to have a baby. I ain't lying.
And I actually started to think about their baby, and that it would give me something to focus on.
Like, it don't matter how much trauma I go through. I never been at that point where I be like, damn, I should have a baby so I won't be lonely. Which is okay to think that way. I just ain't never thought that way. Like, that has never crossed my mind. That has never crossed my mind not once. That's the crazy part about the situation.
And wouldn't it be nice for me to have something? And
Yup, Jesus.
the pregnancy went through. He
I ain't lying.
was
Jesus
never
have to
really
come back.
involved in my life. He lived in the same flat. He wasn't really excited.
Jesus gonna have to tell me
get
to
rid
my
of the
face
baby, and I
type
said I
shit.
wouldn't. And I gave birth to my first child, a beautiful girl.
Her baby cute.
And she was a
Look
girl,
black, look like a black baby.
which meant I could break that generational curse of not celebrating a girl. And I remember in hospital holding her.
Oh my
I was on
god.
my
I don't
own.
want to hear this fucking story.
And saying to her that I would protect her.
But she said the baby died. Like, this too much.
My mum had told me.
I can't go to sleep. Why yesterday I had a dream, right? Remember how I was complaining, bitch, moaning? I was like, yeah, these niggas need to stop coming in my dream. They need to stop coming in my dream. So yesterday, my cousin came in my dream, bro. I just went crazy. I just went ballistic on her ass. I said, you know, I don't even like you. Like, bro, that's really how the whole conversation started. I said, you know, I don't even like you. Like, I really told her how I feel about her. I like, you fake. You be acting funny. You be acting different. We da-da-da. I just told her, like, I don't fuck with you. I really don't like you. I bet she won't come in my dreams no more. And I forgot I had dreamed about that shit until I had thought, and then I had a slick thought about her. And I was like, oh, bitch, I just told this bitch off in my dream. I'm gonna start doing that to everybody. Just tell the nigga how they feel. I bet she woke up confused. What the fuck is he talking about? Nobody said nothing about being alone. Stop projecting your shit. Because y'all already said y'all come on here when y'all feel lonely. So shut your dumb ass up. Like, you don't even know what you're talking about. Don't give me advice because I don't want to take your advice. I'll literally spit on you, bitch. Like, what? No.
Like, as a mum, she had taught me all of the things that I craved for. So I decided I would be that perfect mother for my daughter.
Look at the camera, bro.
Panera's new ciabatta dippers are in.
Then the fire cameraman.
Sandwich paired with a
I couldn't do
portion
no
of
better,
soup
so I
is
ain't
made
playing.
to dip. Go for
I later on discovered that my brother, my father.
The only thing I'm missing is a bottle of water. I ain't even lying. And I'm not talking about like no room temperature water that you just get out the pack. I'm talking about some water that's been in the freezer or the fucking refrigerator or some ice, bitch. I need some cold ice water, maybe with a cucumber in it. I'm trying some new shit. I'm a rich bitch. I gotta do rich bitch shit. Like, y'all hoes not thinking about drinking water with cucumbers. I'm just playing. But no, seriously, I gotta have like some water with some cucumbers in there and just really replenish my soul on a daily fucking basis. I need to really buy some fruit. But I don't want the generic fruit like that all black people get. Like fucking pineapples, watermelon, and what else? I'm on the vegetable side. I'm gonna start putting vegetables in my water. Cucumbers. We're gonna start there. Cause I can't put no other vegetables in my shit. What the fuck do I look like? But I'm gonna put me some cucumbers in my water, and I'm gonna be very bougie, bitch. Don't talk to me. I gotta be honest, I can't. So I'm gonna be on my bougie shit, and I'm really switching over to wine. Like, all these wine coolers, I just can't do it, bitch. It's for the old people. And really what it do is it make you like so fucking drunk, bitch. And I'm not trying to be like fucked up, cause who I'm being fucked up with? I'm be fucked up by myself. Like, I'm be fucked, like, be free. And that's cool to be fucked up by yourself, but then all you're gonna do is end up going to sleep. And then you start the rotation over. Like, I learned my lesson from all of this shit. I ain't gonna lie. I'm trying to be on some bougie bad bitch shit. Like, just a badass hoe. You feel what I'm saying? Like, the baddest bitch. That's what I'm talking about. Like, I'm really trying to be that one. Like, not that two. But I ain't never been that two. That's the crazy part about that situation. I ain't never been that two, but I'm just like, I ain't never really been on the bougie bitch spectrum. Like, I've been on that bitch, the bad bitch spectrum for years, bitch. For years, been on the bad bitch spectrum. But have I been on the bougie bitch spectrum? No. You know why I have been on the bougie bitch spectrum? If I was truly a bougie bitch, I wouldn't have dated some of the niggas that I dated. Because that was flat ass ugly. And I'm not saying that I'm the cutest bitch in the world, but yeah, bitch, I do got some rank in my shit. Let me tell you this. These niggas, they was not fine. Like, some of these niggas did not even deserve my attention. And I put that on my life. That's how I know I wasn't in my bougie bitch sect era ever. And I be accepting too many broke niggas. Like, oh my God. Like, this other nigga that I broke up with, I felt bad at first because I was like really calling him broke. But he is broke. Like, I wouldn't call you broke if you just play your shit cool and be chill about your shit. Like, just chill. Like, I don't even know you that much to want to know all your business and how you got to pay this bill and have this responsibility and that responsibility, because then you making me feel like I got to help you out. And I can't help a nigga out that I just met. Like, that's insane. Like, didn't it make me feel like you just came into my life for me to give you? No. So, had to let that nigga go. I guess he trying to do better. He told me he got an apartment now, and that's good as fuck. Like, wow, that's great. But do I believe him? I do believe him because I don't like to look down on motherfuckers. But at the same time, this nigga is he crazy. Like, he type of nigga to tell you he got an apartment so you could come over there. I don't know. I'm not coming over there. So I haven't talked to him, and that's good. But like, some of these niggas I just can't deal with. I think I'm like leaning into my bougie bitch spectrum. Like, cause I don't fuck nobody, bro. Like, nobody gets fucked. Like, and that's just pea shit. Like, me. That's just pea shit. Like, I don't fuck on nobody. Like, no, not fucking on you. Like, and I use condoms. Like, back in the gap when I was dumb as fuck. Cause like, not using condom, like, that's crazy as fuck to me. Like, people think that shit cool. It's really not cool. I definitely use condoms. Now, I'm really getting into that era. Like, I'm really figuring it out. So I'm really happy with that. Ah. But it's certain shit I gotta do better. Like, I may have to switch over from woods to papers just because the way it looked. Papers is just so much more girly. It's just so much more feminine. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want just the paper. I want the paper with the tip on it. Yes. I want the raw cones with the tip. Just putting this shit in perspective. I'm really like, you know what I'm saying? Because all this harsh shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no. I'm in my soft girl area. No, I'm in a bougie bitch area. I'm a bougie bitch area. And I'm only drinking sweet wine. And I'm trying to drink it slow. That's what I gotta learn. If I can really handle this shit and start drinking my shit slow and just seductive and sexy, you know what I'm saying? Yes. That's what I need. Drink my shit slow. Do me. And just do me. I love it here. I'ma love it here. And then I'm gonna get my niggas in a row. I gotta get all my niggas in a row. And I'm not accepting like no lame shit. I don't want these bottom of the earth type niggas. I want a nigga that's on the map, like, period. I want all my niggas. No nigga I'ma have is gonna be no bum. That's why I have not started my roster yet. Like, I talk about these niggas ain't shit to talk about. I'm trying to get with the real niggas, and I'm gonna get there. I put that on my life. But all I got to say is that's what I'm on. And it's really like, I'm just gonna have to diss people. Like, I'm just gonna have to diss you. But like, it's not even gonna be like a diss. I just cannot accept. No. I don't even go out like that. And first of all, I can't take numbers from certain niggas no more. I just can't do it. Like, no. If you at the gas station And you want to give me your number? No, that's enough. They'll tell me already. This is fleeting. Okay, that's all I gotta say. What's for me gonna be for me, and what I want is gonna be for me too. Just period. On that. What I need and what I want gonna be for me. Cause what I need is what I want, and what I want is what I need. You get it? I'm for real. Lay your body down. I'm kidding, I'm not a singer. And let me touch your body. Why is everything blurry, bro? Is my camera blurry? And you know it's gone.
My brothers and my father came looking, and they got wind that I was living in that flat, and they got wind that I had had a child out of wedlock, which is a very big taboo in my culture. My father was wearing a blonde wig apparently, and they were going to abduct my daughter and kill her. And I stayed in, and I didn't go out for months.
What the fuck does that have to do with anything?
Because I was too scared. And even when I did go out, I would look around and make sure my surroundings were safe, and that became a habit, and it still is that habit. And my journey started to change because I was determined to make a good living for her, and I went into business.
All right, I'm over it. Nah, I'm playing. Like, sometimes I just be it's like, girl, do you know? Yeah, I know. Everybody 2025 different. Like, I feel like people move in collective unison, but everybody shit different, but it's the same. Some people still dealing with people they don't need to be dealing with. Some people still have to render karma. Some motherfuckers gotta do the karma. Like, actually, they're doing karma. Like, they're doing karmic shit right now as we speak. Some motherfuckers have ascended. Some motherfuckers just not going through the spiritual journey. I feel like that's what they do. That's what happen every year. Same shit. New year, new initiations. But that shit really happened in September. But that's all I know. There they go. I like this little fan. It's blowing my little. It is all in one tune with each other. That's what I'm trying to tell you. YouTube do be having some crazy shit on here. They be needing to go to jail on that show. They be needing to go to jail. They just be exposing themselves. I don't understand how they don't be going to jail. I gotta get off of here, y'all, because my phone finna die. I'll come back. I don't know. I'm finna go to sleep, maybe.